Do you have a food scale? That is how we starting this video off, because baby, if you do not have a food scale, you need to get you a food scale ASAP if you're going to take this video seriously. And another thing you need to do is get out a pen and a notepad, because baby, we taking notes today. We are going in detail on how to track your calories for weight loss, because if you know, you know. I have already shared my journey on my very first video on this page about how I started off with being overweight, and now your girl looking fine. I'm fitting fine now, you know what I mean? But it took a lot of time, it took a lot of work, it took a lot of education, trial and error, and I did it by doing a calorie deficit. Anyway, I did tag this specific scale in the comments below. I will also attach it on this video. The scale is only $10. Hopefully $10 is worth the investment for you if you want to take things seriously. So the first step, y'all, is finding out how many calories you should be consuming in order for you to lose weight. So I went on calculator.net to find out my stats. This is accurate information. When you go on this website, you scroll all the way at the bottom. It says calorie calculator. That is what you need to be clicking. Once you get on this page, you can clearly see it asks you for your age, your gender. I forgot to mention that, obviously. Your gender, your height, and how much you weigh. So for me, I'm just gonna put in these numbers for the sake of this video. I'm 30 years of age. I am a female. I am 5'8", and right now I am 165 pounds. So that is actually accurate. The next area you can see is activity level. Please make sure you are being honest with the numbers you are putting in here, because this is how you're going to get the exact numbers you need to eat every single day. Activity level, for me personally, I do work out a lot, so I would say I exercise between 4 to 5 times per week. However, you can pick whatever it is that you feel you want to pick on what works for you, but we are going to do 4 to 5 times per week, and then you hit calculate, and then it does its math, right? Ooh, now we see our numbers. So we see 4 different categories. Now me, I like to go hard. But I understand that's not the case for everybody. So when I did my calorie deficit, y'all, I went with the lowest number of calories in order for me to lose weight. So obviously, if you want to maintain your weight, for me personally, based off the numbers I input, it says that I should be eating a total of 2,222 calories every single day to maintain 165 pounds. Now the next category is a half a pound per week. So if I want to lose a half a pound per week, I have to eat 1,972 calories every single day. Now I did not do that low. I actually did 1,500 calories. For me, that worked for me perfectly for 2.5 months. And then every now and again, y'all clearly see I post 1,500 calorie deficit videos now, because I'm trying to get back down to 160 pounds. This is basically what you need to take a screenshot of, and whatever number you decide to go off of is the number you are going to use later in the food app that I am going to show you on next. So that was step number 1. Now that we have the number that we need to eat every single day, calories, whatever your number was, that is the number you will have. For me, I did 1,500 calories. For the meal plan that I'm coming out with, it will be 1,500 calories per day. Step number 2 is finding out what app do you want to use to help you track your calories every single day. For me, I use the Carb Manager app. I have said this 1,000 times before. I used the Carb Manager app back when I was on keto in 2018. Now, still today, anytime I want to go on a calorie deficit, I go on the Carb Manager app. So this is the free version, y'all. I do not pay for any premium services. I was able to get results with the free version. My profile says my sex, my age, and also my height. And then at that time, I put in I was 166 pounds, which isn't too far from where I'm at right now, but I am 165 right now. So the next area is the activity level. Now for me, I am very active. However, if you are not very active and you don't work out a lot, you work out more on a moderate basis, which is fine, then you would select whatever works for you. So now that you created your profile, you want to stay in the settings area and you want to scroll down. This area is very important, and this area is where you're going to use that number of calories that you got from calculator.net and input it here. So you want to scroll down and go to macros calculator. So I already have in here that I want to lose weight. You can either use that, or you can use maintain, or you can use gain muscle. And then you scroll down. It says, okay, cool. Well, we have here what your goals are, but we need to know what type of plan you want to be on. Again, this is free. I like to select high protein because I do want to make sure I'm still getting in a lot of protein. And then this is the area that I love, because I am able to see estimated, of course, if you stay on track and you do everything the right way, then estimated, this is around about the time frame you would be at your goal weight. So for me, I want to get back down to 160 pounds, so I hit submit. And then as you can see here, it says we estimate based off of the calories you selected, based off of your activity level, and based off of the plan you selected, that you are estimated to be back at 160 pounds by September 22nd, 2025. When I tell y'all this information is very accurate, if you put in the right information, is very accurate. And also if you really do exactly what you are supposed to be doing. So now we are going to go to the main page. This is where the fun happens. I get excited about this. This is how we're going to track our food, and I'm going to show y'all different meals in this video and how to track them on a scale so y'all can see visually as well, but I want to explain it first. As you can clearly see here, it has it broken up into 4 different categories: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. And you can input your water if you want, but I don't really do that. It doesn't matter. However, if you pay attention to the recommended area here for each different category, it tells you estimated about how many calories you should be eating for breakfast, lunch, your snack, and your dinner. Another thing I want to point out is that with this app, you can scan barcodes into this app. So you would scan the barcode and then all of the information will pop up on the app. And I'm going to show y'all because I know it's easy to say it, but it's different when you actually see it. So that is everything for the Carb Manager app, and that is everything for the calculator.net website. So now I'm going to show y'all examples of how you would track your breakfast. I'm going to also do a smoothie, and then I'm also going to do dinner. So those are the 3 meals I'm going to show y'all today. So I'm just going to show y'all a simple breakfast idea. These are chicken sausages from Trader Joe's. I absolutely love these. They are so good, girl. Grab you some and thank me later, girl. Then I have some brown eggs here. I believe I got these from Kroger. They have a barcode, so I am going to scan them, as well as the chicken sausages have a barcode. And then I have some blackberries. So I'm just doing something simple so that y'all can see it visually. These also have a barcode as well, so I will be scanning these into the app, girl. So let me show you. First thing we are going to do is scan the eggs. I am going to do 3 eggs, so we're going to see how much 3 eggs is. We're going to actually scan these. I already have them scanned, but I just want to show y'all. 3 eggs is 210 calories. We're going to push add. So now we can see the breakfast says that we now have 240 calories left technically for breakfast. Now I am going to add the chicken sausages. These are the chicken sausages. Most of the time I'm eating 2 of these, so we're going to scan these into the app. So as you can see, 2 chicken patties is 140 calories, which is really good. So we're going to add those, and now we see how much we have left. 100 calories left. Now realistically, y'all, berries will not equal 100 calories, which is what we have. Blackberries, we can add some avocado if we want to, but as you can see, it shows you what's left, so you can decide, okay, what can I add on here for breakfast that would not go over my 100 calories. Now I'm going to add the blackberries, but we have to put those on the scale, so that will be on the side. I'm going to show y'all. Now before we put the blackberries on the scale, I do want to scan them first so I know exactly how much I need to be putting on the scale. Let's scan the blackberries. Please make sure when you check the serving size, always select grams, because that is what the scale goes by. So 80 grams of blackberries is only 34 calories. I clean my blackberries. I have my bowl on the scale. You have to always make sure your scale says 0. Also make sure it is in grams, because that is going to be the accurate information. Now that we have everything on 0, we are going to just start putting on the blackberries, and we're just waiting to see the number 80. Literally, that's all there's to it, y'all. You can clearly see what 81 grams of blackberries look like. If you feel like that's enough for you, then obviously do as you please, but make sure you update the numbers in the app so that way the app knows what you are actually eating and how many calories you have left. Now if you feel like you want to add more, you can add more. So that is 100 grams of blackberries, as you can clearly see. In my opinion, that is a lot. If I wanted to add on the avocado, then I would take some of those blackberries off. But if I want to just do the 2 chicken sausages, the blackberries, and the 3 eggs, then this is exactly what the meal would look like. You also have to keep in mind the oils and the butters and all the extra stuff that you like to cook your food in. You have to make sure you're putting that on a scale as well. Let's make a smoothie. So I have everything clean and prepped to go for our smoothie. We are doing strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, bananas, and yogurt with coconut water. So I have my cup here and I have the views for the scale. So we are gonna start with the frozen blueberries first. Gonna look and see what those are. I estimated about 38 grams. Just gonna put those in here like that. Now we are back at 0. We are gonna do our blackberries, and that is 65 grams for the blackberries. Just gonna add those in there like that. Next thing we have are the strawberries, 76 grams. Throw it in here like that. Now I am personally gonna throw the banana on the scale directly because I just wanna do that right now. I don't feel like grabbing a plate. We are gonna put the banana on the scale. Now this is a frozen banana, so it will be heavy. Looks like 68 grams. That's fine. I've already inputted everything into the app already, so this is what we're looking like so far. So now we're gonna add our coconut water and we're gonna add our yogurt. This is the coconut water I've tried so far. I only like it in a smoothie, but I've already scanned this into the app, and we are gonna do 2 ounces of coconut water. So we're just gonna pour that inside of our cup. I might do a little bit more, but this looks like enough, so now we just have to add our yogurt. So we are gonna do 1/3 cup of the yogurt. I'm just gonna put this inside of the cup. I'm actually gonna do 2 of these because that's not enough yogurt for me personally, as we are trying to get our protein in, sis. So I am going to do another 1/3 cup of yogurt. So this is what our smoothie is looking like. So let me see how many calories this smoothie is. This smoothie is only 239 calories. So let's blend this up, girl, and try it and see how it tastes. I already know it's gonna be good. I'm actually looking forward to trying it. We have our smoothie on. We're just gonna push smoothie. I will be back, y'all. We are back. It is time to pour up our smoothie. We are all done. I am so excited to try it. I already know it's gonna be good, but cheers, girl. Cheers, cheers, cheers to us being healthy and learning how to track our calories. I'm so excited for this video. Cheers. That is delicious. Anyway, last but not least, I do want to show y'all what a typical dinner would look like for me personally. I love cauliflower rice, I love broccoli, and I love salmon. So that is most likely what I'll be eating for dinner, but I am going to show y'all what the dinner would look like on the scale and everything. And then also I wanted to show y'all what cauliflower rice that I like. So let's go back to the scale, girl. So I like to keep it simple, y'all. This is the cauliflower rice that I absolutely love. This is in the savory herb, and it is by Bird's Eye. I literally just put this in the microwave for 5 minutes, girl. It's done, it's seasoned. If you want to add any extra seasoning, you can. I don't add any extra seasoning and I still enjoy it. I already have my cauliflower rice cooked and ready to go. I have the scale ready to go. So we are gonna do 100 grams of the cauliflower rice. So y'all can see what that looks like. I'm gonna show y'all on the scale. So far, so good. Remember, we are measuring everything in grams. It's 101, but you get the point, right? This is our 3rd meal. Y'all should know how to do it by now, right? So that is 100 grams of cauliflower rice. In my opinion, that looks like enough to me. So we are gonna move on now to the broccoli. So we have our broccoli already cooked and ready to go. We are gonna do 100 grams as well for the broccoli. We probably can do a little bit more, but we're gonna start off with 100 and see what that looks like. Now, obviously, I like to meal prep, and I also made the meal plan on like a meal prep type of basis. Pretty much eat the same thing for 3 days and then switch the meals out. So we are almost at 100 grams. Okay, that is 102. You get the point, girl. Even if you want to put 102 in the app, you can. But that to me looks like enough broccoli. So now I'm going to show y'all what the salmon looks like. This is our salmon already cooked and ready to go. So we are gonna do 120 grams. However, we can do a little bit more if we want, but we're gonna just start off to see if this piece of salmon is 120 grams. Ooh, girl, I was way off. That is a nice piece of salmon. It's nice and chunky and thick. So I personally think that is good for me. So I'm fine with the 172 grams. I just have to make sure I update it in the app. But that is what my salmon would be like. And I'm going to show you what the whole meal looks like together. And you tell me, girl, if you think this is enough food for dinner. This is what the dinner looks like. I personally think this is more than enough food. It might be too much in my opinion. For me, 450 calories is a good amount of calories. Anyway, I hope this video was very helpful. I hope it was detailed. Please make sure you get a scale, girl, because when the meal plan comes out, I want y'all to already have y'all scales and ready to go, and y'all can refer to this video to help y'all understand how to navigate the meal plan, because I have everything listed in grams, ounces. I have the grocery list. I have everything. So comment below if you are interested in the meal plan. So that is it, y'all. I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, girl.